So, on the topic here of the Colin Kaepernick situation and what he decides to do sitting during the anthem, and there's a lot of hurt feelings behind that, I'm sure, and everybody's taking that as a sign of disrespect to the vets and everything like that, and there are vets who don't have a problem with what Cap did. Okay, so let's get that out there. Let's talk about that. And if you're gonna bash Cap, then perhaps you should be bashing them too. Okay, because I find it a little bit hypocritical that you're gonna bash him, but you don't want to bash the vets that defend him and defend his right to do it. So, just want to throw that in there. However, I think we're all forgetting that the U.S. isn't that supposed to be like the land of the free and all that? I mean, isn't that what it's about? Right? So why does everybody have such a problem with it? And since when did the national anthem only come to represent the vets? I don't, I think I might have missed that. I missed the memo on that one where it only represented veterans. I thought America, the idea, and everything about that represented veterans and Americans. That means people who live there, people who are citizens, and not just a damn song or a flag. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? I find nothing wrong with what he did. He's an American. He has every right to do what he did. And that's how I'm looking at it. See, once again, we have all these people tossing in their opinions, okay, which is fine. You give it if you want to. But you remember where your opinion's coming from, okay? It's coming from feeling, okay, and nothing else. Because you got no proof or any damn thing else that what he's doing is wrong. Nothing. And all these people that's tossing around, their opinions and condemning Kaepernick and all this stuff like that, you're doing it because you feel angry. Okay, but you're not saying this because you can prove what he's doing is bad. You're just stating your opinion. And again, this is what I talked about in one of my other videos here, the arrogance of emotional thinking. And because you feel that your feelings, or you believe, okay, notice you feel and believe, you can't prove that your feelings are correct about him, you got to share them. You got to make sure everybody else believes them too. And again, like I said, it's fine. You do what you will with your opinion and your beliefs, and that's fine. Because I'm sure he's not doing this to make friends with you all. Okay, he's doing this for a reason, and he's made it quite clear. But again, this is what I'm talking about, and this is what I harped about in my other videos before and in different posts, is the importance of critical thinking, okay? Because if you critically think about what he is doing, you will understand, okay? Fine, you don't like it, but that won't be the big deal, and it won't be the important part or the thrust of your argument or your opinion if you're using critical and objective thinking. But because you're not, and it's just an opinion and it's purely emotional arrogance, that's the thrust of your argument. That's the thrust of your opinion, is the fact that you don't like it. And that's fine. But think about what he's doing. Think about what he's saying. He's standing up for something he believes in the same as you are, and yet you don't give him the same respect. You expect someone to give you for your opinion and your condemnation of what he's doing. Because I guarantee you, if someone was to use the same level of emotion with some of you that you are using to condemn Cap and what he's doing, you would get all pissed off. You'd get in your chest about it, and then you'd have something to say to the other person, right? But nowhere in that point for a lot of you would you stop to think, oh shit, yeah, you know what? I did the same thing. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. But see, that's not happening. That right there is not happening. That questioning isn't happening. Okay? And what he said about our candidates are right. But again, on both sides of that fence, for those of you who are kissing Hillary's ass and those of you who are kissing Trump's ass, they're both racist. And the only difference is that Trump isn't polished enough to hide his racism, and Hillary is. That's the only difference. The only difference. And like I said, you vote for who you want. It's your business. But again, that questioning of beliefs, those that asking of questions, that one simple part is not happening. And there you go, running off at the mouth, condemning Cap, not even trying to understand what he's believing in or why he's doing it. Because again, a lot of you think that, oh, the national anthem is regardless of race, creed, or religion, and I'm sorry, it is not. And what our country was founded on was not. And this is not hearsay, people. This is documentation, okay? And again, if you need documentation, best believe I got mine, okay? Because in this book, which I use in a lot of my arguments regarding these topics, these are handwritten documents from our founding fathers themselves I'm using for reference. Okay? So if you have issue with that, too damn bad. Okay? Have issue with my evidence. Okay? Not me. I didn't write the shit. They did. Okay? So if you got a problem with what they wrote, get a time machine or something. I don't know how to help you with that. Okay? Sorry. All right? But that is what the country was founded on. Okay? We have to come to terms with that. Okay? And this is part of what he's fighting. Okay? This is part of what he's fighting. You don't like his decision? That's fine. Don't like his decision. But when you got people using nigger and everything else against him now because of what he did, what the fuck, yo? Seriously? Now all of a sudden he's a nigger. Or he probably already was, for those of you who are calling him that. He already was. So let me not be that naive and think that only now he just became that in your eyes. He's already been that to you. It's just now he gave you an excuse for you to use that term. Now you're comfortable with it. Now you're comfortable with it. And, you know, one of the tweets I think said something about he's in America making American dollars. Okay, so for those of you who feel that he's in America making American dollars, let us not forget who the fuck this country was built on. Whose back was it built on? Whose back were these American dollars being produced on? Huh? Let us not forget that the Europeans, when they first got to the Americas, they were using Europeans in bondage. Couldn't cut it. Then they used the American Indian, as you so call him. Couldn't cut it. And then you built it on the backs of the Africans. That's whose back it was built on. And it is no disrespect or no slight to the Europeans or the American Indians who they tried to build America on, that they couldn't do it. It's no slight to them. And it's no compliment to the Africans that we could do it. Because look what the hell happened. Now we the best athletes, the best entertainers, the best skin and grinners. And that's about it. And then when we step out of line and we want to assert ourselves and our beliefs in America, then we're niggers. Then we're ignorant. Then we're fools, monkeys, and gorillas, and all that other shit. And yet there's still those of you who think that knowing your history isn't important. I beg to differ.